Hey everybody, Jody from Watercraft Network. Our sponsored rider, Shelby Warman. With the IROC class that Shelby races in, we need all the advantage we can get. We only have so many things that we can actually do and change. With the liquid moly and the advanced additives that are inside this oil, gives us the extra advantage we need to run up front. We've been on board with liquid moly right from the get-go. From their product launch, it's been absolutely superior.
Today was such a blast, especially in the IROC going pro. The course was really great. It was really technical. And thank you to everyone watching, and thank you to Liquid Moly.
Hey!
Hey everybody, it's Jody from Watercraft Network.
Got a little double loop going in there.
Double loop.
It's Wednesday night, Watercraft Network
That's
Wednesday.
what it is. It's the original Bad Boys of PWC podcast. Brand the haters can't stand. Watercraft Network in the house. Hey, super producer Bishop's here today. You know what I noticed on Facebook Marketplace? There was something for sale in Bishopville, South Carolina. I was like, we know where Mel's retiring to.
That's right.
Bishopville, South Carolina. Bet you it's cool. Love the South.
We still got to get his camera hooked up.
We do got to get his camera hooked up. Totally.
It's not broken.
I don't know how to fix it.
Like hell you don't.
Bishop Cam. Have a little, tag under there, Bishop Cam.
The Bishop cam.
Be awesome.
Going wild.
I like that idea.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, it's broken.
It's not
yeah,
broken.
hey, none of us are TV guys. We're all radio guys.
You're just afraid somebody's going to say they want to see you with that baby face again.
Oh my god.
Shave the beard.
Anybody,
Hey, maybe we ought to do that.
anybody who donates $1,000 to charity, Bishop will shave his beard live on the show.
We'll do just 1,000 in general, and it'll go to Jet Fest for Frank's daughter.
If you raise $1,000,
$1,000.
Bishop shaves his beard live on the
Shares
show.
yes.
It's not even
yes.
Would you do it for $1,000?
Man.
is the ball busting that you received?
Look
He's
how
like-
red he is.
He's like,
I know.
Too
no
bad that camera isn't on right now.
He's like, no way, can't do it. Can't do it.
No. I got other spots
Be
I
for
could
Frank's
shave.
daughter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nobody wants to watch you shave your back.
Look. He's
Grab the weed whacker.
damn.
The baby gorilla over there. So Watercraft Network Wednesday. Good to be back. Lots going on. A lot coming up in terms of events. We'll talk a little bit about the Bimini ride coming up.
That's this weekend.
That's this weekend.
I think
That's
Ron's already down there prepared, ready to go.
unbelievable. Then you have next weekend. You have the Belly Buster event. Obviously, which is just unbelievable. I mean, it's just become the event, and
Going to be in combination with the Lake Hartwell race for a watercross.
For a watercross national tour stop.
Tour
wish,
stop number 5.
got to wish it before I forget, because I have, I just go off. We got to remember to wish your daughter a happy birthday, Shelby. Happy 20th this week.
That was on Monday. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
getting
saying.
old.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
getting
the
old.
good thing about
You're
being,
not far behind me, so
is-
it's
you know what? The good thing about being old is you have great life experiences. Like, nobody has stories. Like some of the stories we could tell. Which is what we should do. We should do a stories show sometime and just talk.
Yeah, but we got to get the Connecticut sisters up here to do
Oh
that.
gosh, that's like totally R-rated stories to a degree. I don't know if we want to go that
So what?
far. I mean, we're talking going right off the edge of the cliff into shit show, central. So
What's the worst that's going to happen?
yeah, good point.
Lose a sponsor or two.
Good point. It's all about having fun. That's what Watercraft Network is
I don't know.
about.
We got some pretty good sponsors that have a great sense of
Oh,
humor.
Oh, they do. There's no doubt about it.
Speaking of sponsors, before we get into it, a lot of love going out to our friends at Watercraft Superstore, SBT, Blacktip, anything personal watercraft needs, any PWC needs you may have, whether it's accessories, parts. Maybe you have one of those new Sea-Doos where the IBF just keeps malfunctioning and you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere.
Or you need a carbon seal.
Or you need a carbon seal. They can probably help you with the carbon seal. The IBF, where you're literally stuck out on your Fish Pro, just not able to go anywhere. I don't know if Watercraft Superstore can help you out with that. You may want to talk to the factory about the recall. just busting on Sea-Doo a little bit. Come on, we're having fun.
When don't we?
We're having fun. You know, I mean, look, you know, I mean,
Bloop, 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 bloop.
we bust on the Polaris Hurricane all the time. We love it.
Shit.
You know,
You guys love it.
everybody loves the cane.
Yep.
Hey, you love the cane? Look, he's bobbleheading.
Intern,
But he barely speaks English.
he doesn't have enough seat time to make an informed decision there, so he can't really. You know, when he's chasing a Yama cane this summer, he's going to be like, "Oh, I wish I had a cane." But anyway, I digress. A lot of love going out to our friends at Watercraft Superstore, SBT Black Tip. Anything you need personal watercraft related. You know, if you're looking for some new life jackets, you know, your old life jacket's getting a little worn, a little faded, maybe some rips and tears. Throw that sucker away. Get yourself a new Jet Pilot vest. Over 10,000 OEM parts in stock, plus all the aftermarket parts. Watercraft Superstore, your one-stop shop. The best. Absolutely the best customer service in the industry. Watercraft Superstore, SBT Black Tip. So we said we're going to talk a little Bimini, going to talk a little Belly Buster Lake Hartwell, Georgia. Let's jump right into Bimini. You know, I mean, man, I'm telling you, what a great, you know, I wish we could go. I wish, you know.
If you're going to do a lifetime ride,
That's one.
that's the one you want to do.
And, you
Especially
know,
with Ron. He has
exactly.
the skills. He's
It's
got the knowledge.
not like he hasn't done it a few times.
Right.
And you're going with seasoned
lives
riders.
for
You know, Tamron from Alatuna's going. Ron from the Mid-VA Jet Skiers. You know, they have people from New
What do you
York
say?
going.
40, 50 people?
I think you're
Last
up
time-
around 50 people.
I think
Okay.
I think their number
Yes.
dwindled a little bit. They were up around 50 and it tapered down a little bit.
I
You know,
know
that-
initially it was like 25 he wanted to hold it to.
I don't know what his exact number is. He said that they had reached right around 40 or 50, and the number kind of tapered off a little bit. And I said to him, you know, that happens with all events. You know, people got stuff
Yeah,
comes
but
up, and
That's
just,
a ride where 50 people? It's a lot
Oh,
of people.
trying to keep
Even-
track of 50
yeah, even
people?
20 people. You know, you're going. I
lot.
mean, but they you know, the good thing about them is, you know, Ron and Tamron of the Personal Watercraft Safety Initiative do things the right way. You know, they've talked. They have a contact in Bimini. You know, so they have all of the housing, whether you want to rent a condo or you want to stay at the Hilton. You know, they have everything lined up, and they're there for a week, and they have all of these different rides to different islands and different areas that they're going to go. You know, they're doing it the right way instead of just, you know,
Showing up.
yeah, instead of just, you know, getting on a whim and saying, hey, we're going to do a run from Miami to Bimini, and,
Well,
and
they
not
also had to
plan-
make sure they had all the dock space, the place to put all the boats,
right.
place to fuel up.
They've just,
I mean-
yeah, they really do a nice job with logistics and planning, and I can't think of a safer group to go out there with, and run that event.
Well, I mean, that's one group that safety's 100%.
Paramount,
Thank you.
absolutely paramount, and you know, so that's one of those, you know, that I think it's going to end up being an annual event. You know, they're out there for a week. You know, they ride out from Miami to Bimini in the Bahamas.
They got what, 2 days of beach cleanup?
They're going to
Yep.
do a
Right.
yeah. I mean, which is, you know, I mean, you got to give them all the credit in the world, you know, to go over there and you know, not just after the hurricane and do some beach cleanup stuff, but you know, post COVID too. You know, I mean, areas like that rely so heavily on tourism,
Yep.
and it's the locals, you know, the locals that really suffer without that, you know, influx of tourism dollars.
Well,
you know?
it also it gives a whole new perspective to the people who ride watercraft.
It
It's
does.
not just coming over, raise hell, drink,
Right.
and leave.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what really needs to happen is change that perception and do something positive within the community and really, you know, help to kind of restore that image of personal watercraft. And they're the right people to do it. Again, I mean, you know, safety in terms of, you know, navigation safety and you know, rider IQ, you know, they're amongst the best. I mean, I don't think there's anyone I would want to go on that type of a journey with other than them. You know, I mean, you can't think of anyone who's just more prepared and more equipped to do something like that.
Well,
So,
you still have the bad apples. I don't care where you are. I mean, the state police that arrested me on that training exercise
Yeah.
were actually out on Sunday.
Huh.
And I rode over to him, and the guy is just shaking his head, and he's like, we were just up by Northville Bridge, and a guy's riding on a ski, not paying attention, 5 mile an hour in the wake zone, full throttle, right underneath the bridge. So
It's-
what's he do? Pulls the kid over. Where's your motor safety card? What the hell's that?
Oh, I hope they wrote him a ticket.
2.
Good.
But it was non-stop, and it was all skis. And I went to him. I'm like, it just makes people like us look like ass.
Well,
And he goes, absolutely.
That's where all those entities that are starting to get jet skis off the water.
Mhm.
So, it's reasons like that. They
Which
get
is
their
why we were
figures.
hoping to talk to Chris tonight, but he was unable to do it.
They get their figures, their numbers from DEC and the police officers. Okay, so we had 100 jet skis and 20 boats. What's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where your restrictions on these lakes are going to come from.
You're exactly right. The number.
No wake zone there's a reason for it.
Exactly. I mean,
It was a no-wake violation and did not have a boater safety certificate
Those
to
docks
operate a watercraft.
Those docks are right there.
yeah, and you're right. I mean, that's where these haters, these people that want to ban and restrict watercraft, get their ammunition. They get the data through freedom of information from all the law enforcement agencies and municipalities and regulating authorities, and they say, okay, there were 273 jet ski citations. And those are only the citations. Those aren't the incidents that weren't cited.
Right.
And that's what really gives them the ammunition, for these proposed bans and restrictions. And, it's like we said before, I mean, there's entities here in the Northeast that just don't get involved in areas, counties, neighboring towns to areas where they host events. There are proposed bans, and these other entities here in this they don't care. They don't care until it hits their backyard.
I didn't mean to detour you off.
No.
It
But
was
it's a good point.
You go from people who are conscious and are aware of what's going on in the water at all times to
the
idiots.
other
Well-
end of the spectrum. Where
Well,
you
here's
just
the thing. I bet you, if he would have had a motor safety course or his license on him, and he said, the cop said, "Hey, that was no wake zone," and he goes, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it.
I didn't
I
realize
apologize."
it.
I forgot.
I bet you he'd let him go on.
You
that.
wouldn't have got a ticket. You're 100%
I
right.
bet you.
100%
But
right.
when he acts stupid, I don't know that I needed a motor and it was my buddy's ski.
There you go.
So now you got 3 tickets.
Yeah, and that's a real
Well, it's
problem.
like getting pulled over and say, "I didn't know I needed a seatbelt." Oh shit.
I didn't know I needed an operator's
driver's
license.
license.
Yeah, and that's again, that's part of the problem, and it affects all of us. That really.
No different. We put intern in an 18-wheeler. Here, go drive it.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a car without a dent in the front and rear fender in the entire area.
But then he gets pulled over. Oh, I didn't know I needed a license to
Yeah, I
drive
didn't
this
know I
thing.
need certification.
I have a
to drive.
driver's
Yeah.
license.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So
I didn't mean to pick on you, intern.
But those of you out there, if you if there's not mandatory education in your area, as we said last week, please get involved, become certified, become a certified safe boating instructor.
And get a hold of Ron Tamron.
Yeah.
They'll tell you how
PWC
to.
Safety Initiative, fantastic, because certification in your area is coming, whether it's required now or it's being phased in over a period of time. All personal watercraft operators are going to be required to undergo.
All boat
But
operators,
yeah,
period.
boaters, but more specifically, personal watercraft operators. We expect and we anticipate and we hope that it's really going to change. That education will change and become more hands-on, and all operators will be required to do more of an actual road test.
I got to tell you this one too, because I got to the point we're just telling stories out there, right?
Yeah.
With one of the other locations, they're watching these 2 people on 3-seat Sparks. Okay, it's the wife, the kid, the husband. Husband's got to be 270, 280, maybe more.
Baby Huey.
Big boy. Where do you think Baby Huey is trying to get on the jet ski? All the way to the back.
Ugh.
So they are trying to get on, fumbling around, bloop, fall it over in front of the troopers.
Yeah, instead of them dismounting, Huey getting on first, and again, that all comes down to, a lack of operator inexperience is what we'll chalk it up to.
The funny part is they actually looked up because the decals, the weight capacity decals were not on the vessel. They actually went online to find out what the weight capacity of a 3-seat Spark to make sure they weren't over exceeding it.
I would imagine that it can't be any more than 400 pounds.
It was 450 pounds.
Yeah, so I'm off by a little bit,
Damn.
but I mean,
you're pushing
you're
it.
pushing that.
You got a 12-year-old kid, your wife, and then Baby Huey.
Damn.
As Kev says, Baby Huey.
Yeah, I mean that's just and again
Should've
that comes
skipped
down.
my fries.
And they had their boater safety course. They had everything, but they just didn't have the
experience
or the just the smarts to say put all the way to the back. No,
It's never going to work. Yeah, it's
you're
teetering. Yeah, you get the nose sticking out of the water.
I mean, it was a 3-seat tricks at that point.
Yeah, it's just that's a it's tough. Like we said, there's a lot of new to the community operators this year and last year. Record sales in parts of the country, like here in the Northeast, and it's something you have to be aware of. And be aware that those novice operators are out there. Do the best you can to help them out, and just really be aware of them. God forbid, because you don't want them colliding with you, because a lot of them just don't know what don't know what they're doing.
You missed out on all the fun. People with no life jackets.
Oh.
I mean, it was just it was an absolute shit show on Sunday.
And that's a funny thing. I mean, it's not really funny, but on our lake, Zackendaga, there are actually spots, locations where there are free
Loaner
life
stations.
jackets.
Yeah, life jacket loaner stations.
Free life jackets.
And you're still going to go out on the water without one.
I watched one kid literally leave the island. It was on one shoulder, and it was dangling off the back.
I saw a video. This chick was on the back of a ski, and as they were going, I don't know where they were, going across the water, you could see the one part of the vest was flapping in the wind. I'm like, you're a
That's how this
idiot.
guy was. The guy literally left, just took off, and it was over one shoulder.
Dude.
That's-
It was
You made half an attempt.
90 degrees on Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm in a kayak. I still have a vest on.
exactly.
I'm in a kayak.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, you can't swim.
Well, no, because I'm fat and I sink.
But I think once once you become conditioned to wearing a PWC and thinking safety, wearing a PFD and thinking safety,
Dude, get ejected at 40 miles an hour.
exactly at just 40.
It's gonna it's gonna scare the shit out of you, and two, if you don't have your vest on, you're gonna panic.
Absolutely, 100%. And
Because I've had Matt and Jody dump me before, and I went flying
off of what?
I don't
off
know.
the cane.
I don't know what he's
Those-
talking about.
Those
Oh,
two
you had a
came-
vest on. I thought you meant you didn't
Yeah.
have a vest.
Oh no, I always have a vest on.
Yeah.
Those two idiots came together and created some wave, and I just went
Yeah.
backwards.
No, nobody
It was
can
coming
see how
from the
you went.
dam.
You had the camera on, they would have seen you go.
I'll tell you,
There you go, mimic it.
and that, it's what you're explaining, Mel. Jody will tell you. Very rare personal watercraft. I bought in 2005. I bought a brand new leftover
Octane.
2003 Polaris Octane, 100 horsepower stand up. Rare boat. You don't see a lot of them. For those of you that don't know what it is, it's a stand up jet ski manufactured by Polaris. At the time, it was the fastest production stand up that any of the manufacturers made, and it motored. It hauled the mail. It was no joke, and it was one of the most violent handling watercraft that I had ever been on in my life, because when you got it wide open at top speed, it would overstuff the pump, and the boat would actually lift out of the water
And eject you.
and it would do violent things. And so many of us had 55-mile-an-hour plus, because that boat, we got that boat on GPS, on a wrist-mounted GPS. It was somewhere around 57 miles an hour. It was fast. To get ejected off a boat standing up at 55 miles an hour, it scrambles your egg when you hit the water. I mean, water literally goes in this year and comes out this year.
The worst part about it, though, is you would set people up.
Like, well, yeah,
You have to have fun ride one of these? Yeah. Oh, you got to ride it. You got to ride it. Yeah. And then they get out about 300-400 yards, and we're going right about now.
Wait for it. Boom.
Off they go.
Yeah, it was fun. But doing that to, experienced riders. We didn't put, complete novices out there who didn't know how to ride.
No, but they had never been on an octane before.
Exactly. So they get out, they get comfortable, and then hit the eject button, and it was just fun to watch.
Or they try to turn the thing, and it didn't want to turn.
Yeah, but that boat was scary. And like I said, it was unpredictable, and that would happen, even once you got used to it, and you got used to that chine-walking body roll it had, it would still violently eject you. And like you said, Mel, you hit the water at 55 miles an hour.
It hurts.
If you don't have a vest on, it's not going to be, it could be a very unpleasant outcome. So it's a shame that, we're still, this is the stuff we're still talking about, wearing PFDs on personal watercraft and operator safety and courtesy on the water and
it's
situational awareness,
That's the problem. It was this past weekend. And it's still happening.
Yeah, it's just, and that whole vest thing drives me nuts. So the kid I sold the GTI, or the person I sold the GTI to last year, I saw his kid out on the lake, and he had he's doing idle speed through a no wake zone, and he has the life jacket draped over the handlebars, and I went right at him like I was going to hit him, so he had, and I'm waving, and I'm like, hey, that's my old ski. And he's like, oh, hey, how you doing? I go, put your effing vest on. I mean, what do you, it's just, you're giving all of us a bad name.
Billy Badass.
Yeah, tooling around with a vest, I mean, that's just saying, please give me a ticket.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it's just so foolish. So, again, we don't mean to beat a dead horse. Just please be safe out there, and reflects back on the entire community when you're not. And,
all right, back on Bimini.
Yeah, Bimini.
Yeah, so Bimini. So, like we said, you talk safety. The safest group you could possibly go with. We wish them a great ride. We're going to actually talk to them live next Wednesday. So we'll have them on.
Yeah, we got two guests next week.
We're hoping to have Adam Buckler on next week from Carolina Ski Riders to talk to us about the upcoming granddaddy of what's turned into recreational PWC events, the
BB3.
Belly Buster.
BB3.
Belly Buster, at Lake Hartwell, Georgia, coming up really soon. Multiple.
Don't eat the day before.
Yeah,
don't eat breakfast that day off.
Man, he's got 600 pounds of ribs. These guys cook up, raffling off multiple watercraft.
See if you can find the video that Rodney put up today.
Oh, they did. The
one with the little pirate mapping.
Absolutely amazing. As we've said time and time again, one of those events that, we understand it's, all the COVID restrictions are just starting to relax. Maybe you can't make it this year. Maybe you can. If you can't make it this year, put it on your dance card for 2022, because it's one of those events that is just absolutely amazing.
Besides the giveaways, the raffle prizes, you have 2 jet skis getting given away.
Multiple jet skis. And the other thing that's very unique about the Belly Buster is you have a recreational ride being executed in conjunction with, the best racing in North America, the Pro Watercross National Tour, at one of the favorite tour stops amongst, the racers. And, you get to see all of the young guns out there. I mean, if you don't, young Sammy Niemi and Devin Farthing and Revin Harris and just all
Kenny
these.
Compton. Don't forget our buddy Kenny.
Kenny Compton, the Money Sponge. You got Matsouris out there on the Commander Industries, really just, laying it down in terms of of the stand-up class. You got Troy Schneider's son, Corey Schneider, out there, and the pro-am runabout division. You got Baldwin. I mean, just got so many great riders. You got David Cabrera from Cabrera Motorsports. Just did a tune for Shelby's EX here at Watercraft Network. It's just such an amazing event because you have that this upper echelon of performance riders in conjunction.
If you want to watch some badass racing,
I mean, that's the place.
And
to
that's
do
a
it.
central hub. I mean, it's not down in Florida, so you actually got
you get to
a
pull,
better mix of people coming to that location.
Right. You get to pull all the southern riders, a lot of the Midwest riders, and riders from
You
up
even get some
north
crazy maniacs from Northeast.
Yeah, I mean, just a great time. But that Belly Buster is just, again, hosted in conjunction with the Hartwell National Tour Stop. The amount of product that they give away, what they've done in the past in terms of raising money for a young lady who needed a special wheelchair due to her disabilities, a young girl, Vivian, who had pediatric leukemia, who's now cancer-free.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what these guys have done is just, they're amazing people. They're absolutely amazing people.
And they can cook.
And what it is too is they're genuine. They're not doing it to be the BSD or big fish in a small pond. They're hosting an event, the Belly Buster, because they love the community, they love the industry, they love to give back to the community, and just one of those events that, again, if you're not going this year, shame on you, but we get it. Make your plans for 2022 because, man,
You got it up there, Bishop? Not yet. You're working at it?
Bishop working on finding the video, and
But I mean, that video shows a little bit of everything. It shows the rec ride part of it.
Yeah.
It shows the racing part of it. It shows the freestyle part of it. I mean, a brief glimpse of the food that they were cooking, plus the two skis. Well, the ski that they gave away last year, which the gentleman
donated
back to him.
Which is, I mean, there have been some nice X4s given away throughout the years. I mean, I remember back in the 90s when they were the hottest machine around, and there were a couple events that gave them away.
And it's still a popular class for racing.
It's a really fun platform. But of all the X4s I've ever seen that have been given away, that Evel Knievel paint job that they did on the Belly Buster giveaway ski last year,
Amazing.
unbelievable. And the person donated it back to the Belly Buster, so somebody's going to win it this year, along with the second Sea-Doo that they're giving away. So, I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. Like anybody, I mean, we gave away a Spark. Our event, Jet Fest, gave away a Spark provided by.
And as much as we rag on Sea-Doo,
We love Sea-Doo.
we love Sea-Doo.
We absolutely love Sea-Doo's like like your little brother. We can pick on him. You can't pick on him, but we can pick on him. Just like Kawasaki. We love I mean, I honestly,
I love the new SXR. I don't care what anybody says.
I love the 800. I love the 800 SXR. I mean, and I love the 1500. I just really like the 800 because it's a little bit more nimble.
You know what we
I
got
mean?
to do?
What?
Interns got to ride the 800.
That's what That's what It's funny because Jimmy and I were talking, and Jimmy was trying to get me to come up and ride this weekend when you guys were up there. He's like, just bring the stand up. I'm like, dude, I don't even have the boat out yet, and haven't even taken the boat. It's still up,
Out back.
out in the Brap Cave, and we're talking, and he's like, it is so true what people say. I mean, you put a kid like a Revan Harris, a Devin Farthing, a Sammy Nemi on a boat like that, and they become a better rider. 100%, no question. And I think it's a great training tool, for younger riders. Obviously a 15.
It's a hell of a lot better than trying to start on a 440.
Yeah, yeah, we know from experience. I mean, and that's why when I got a 550 after riding a 440 and a 400, I got a 550, and I'm like, stock. I'm like, this thing's a rocket. What I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
you're like, whoa, this thing is amazing. And I mean, now we jump on it and we'd be like, what a slug. The thing does 35 miles an hour.
And it feels like I'm on a piece of, like a 2x4.
But back in the day, oh, what a great. I mean, I still love 550s, and one of my favorite boats ever. and the FX1. But like we said earlier, you become an old guy, and
You don't fit in the tray anymore.
no, not only do we not fit in the tray anymore, but we have that.
What the hell are you laughing at over there, Bishop?
Those are those life experiences that I mean, that's
Because he knows it for a fact.
It cracks me up so much
Yep.
because you got people that are like, oh, I've been riding for 20 years. You ever ridden a 550? No. You ever ridden? I mean, so many people that just don't know how helpful it is to be able to get on an old school stand up, or even a modern stand up. I mean, that new Superjet gets a lot of flack, but I'll tell you, it's a beautiful boat. I hope to ride one this summer. I really, really would like to get out
Hey,
there
you
and
play your cards right. You might ride Valentina's next weekend.
Oh, but first thing I have to do is have a conversation with Valentina and let her know that intern, it's just a joke with us with intern. He's really not her stalker. She doesn't have to be afraid. Although she'd probably kick his ass anyway, so there's probably no fear there anyway. But
I would laugh.
but yeah, but so
Yeah.
What do
You ready?
For what? Oh yeah, throw the video up.
roll into that belly buster. Yeah, that'd be
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Watch this. This is a great video.
I don't care what you say. That's a pretty good promo video.
Oh man, I mean, like we said, you're not going to get a higher quality group of people than the people that are putting on the belly buster. In conjunction with the caliber of the racing at Pro Watercross, it's an unparalleled event. It's why it's become known as the premier recreational personal watercraft event, really in the country, in such a short period of time. It's just done right. It's not done for.
I know what my favorite part was.
What's that?
Eating.
The ribs.
Yeah.
Eating.
Yeah, I mean, it's just done for all the right reasons, done really well, and
Don't be hating, crackhead.
we're really just really excited to go down there and support that event, support those guys, and just help them in any way, shape, or form.
Hell yeah.
Great.
We've got plenty of surprises for them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we will.
exactly.
Surprises they don't know about yet.
Who was rolling the wieners? Was that Scott or Rodney?
I think it's both of them. Those
Oh.
guys love tubular meat products. It's no secret.
Oh, that's
I mean,
right.
it's absolutely no
That's right.
secret. Let's just keep it real. I mean,
I apologize, people. I'm so sorry.
hey, before we go, we have to, also obviously give a couple of quick shout outs. We want to give some love to Liquid Molly. We want to give some love to WSM
Yeah.
Performance Products and Bomber. And we also want to give some love to Rap Junkies. Rap Junkies came and did an amazing job on Shelby's boat. They were able to do a fantastic rework on some of the stuff. Really do nice work. Rap Junkies does a lot of the boats here in the Northeast, and
Actually, around the country, believe it or not. Mike's
Yeah.
sending out raps all over the country.
yeah, and I mean, a little bummed out to hear that Mike had some mechanical difficulties this past weekend, and and I think he'll obviously
No,
work.
but you know something? Somebody actually allowed him to borrow a spark. He went back out in the same class and still pulled the fifth.
Hey, and quite honestly, I saw some other folks. I saw like Mike Vrabel's daughter, Kira, who I mean, it's amazing to me that Kira raced her first race this weekend, and she did well. Congratulations to them, and And when all the people ask, I think it's why we didn't pull a Glenn, and we haven't dropped a dime with DOT and retaliated, because you like to see people like that,
Mhm.
go out and enjoy themselves at an organized event.
Oh, the best part is the kids.
100%. I mean,
I don't care about anything
so
else.
I mean, dude, quite honestly, I'm really happy. I'm glad for us that we aren't vindictive and didn't pull a Glenn and didn't drop a dime and call DOT. I mean, as tempting as it was,
Uh-huh.
it's just, it feels good to not be, that pitiful, consumed with this negativity, bitter person.
Holy shit! Do you need a hug?
Let's have a group hug when this is all over.
No.
No.
Actually, I'm saving that group hug for Scott and Rodney.
That's what
I'm
I
bringing
wanted
it in
to
2
hear.
weeks, man. I'm bringing it.
Somebody's coming down.
All right, so
Hey.
we're back next Wednesday.
Couple other quick sponsors, especially because of the Belly Buster.
Oh, gotta give love. Fresh-
Bobinski.
Yeah,
Bobinski
Bobinski.
for sure.
Fresh and salty
Fresh
beach
and
carts.
salty. TD Bank, Riva, Watercraft Superstore SBT. They have so many great sponsors down there that are involved.
Bombers.
Yeah, I know Bombers involved. I know Gary from
Pro
Liquid,
Rider.
Gary from Liquid Molly's involved. Pro Riders involved. They have so many amazing sponsors down there at the Belly Buster.
What's that Stitch company?
Oh, Performex Stitch.
Performance
Yeah.
sticks. Yep.
Unbelievable seats. They do just amazing work. Carolina Ski Riders, Carolina Watercraft Club. Thank you for your investment back into the community and all that you do, all your blood, sweat, and tears, all the time you put into it.
And we may have a double show next week, but we'll go from there.
Going to be a good one. So we're back next Wednesday. Thanks for the love, and please stay safe out there. Remember, there's a lot of noobs out there. Keep your eyes open and be
That's right.
safe.